I have never believed in ghosts. All the stories told on rainy nights, the rumors in the small neighborhood, or the yellowed diary entries found in old drawers, to me, were just ghost stories made up to scare children. But that night, when the clock on the table struck midnight, my worldview collapsed in an instant. I spent the entire next day wandering the halls of the house, like a man lost inside a labyrinth built from shadows. The third letter had torn away any remaining illusions I had. Michael was not only reaching out to me, he was telling me that what had happened to him was not an accident. The mirror was tied to us, to our family. It had been here long before. We were born, waiting in silence, like a predator crouched in the dark. I found myself staring at the old family portraits that hung crookedly on the walls. My father in his youth, rigid and stern. My grandfather, with hollow eyes that seemed to follow me no matter where I moved. I had never paid them much attention before, but now I noticed something that made my stomach clench. In nearly every portrait in the background, faint and half hidden, was the shape of a tall, shadowed figure. At first I thought it was a trick of light, but the more I looked, the more undeniable it became. A shape too deliberate, always near a window, always close to a mirror. The house seemed to breathe with me as I walked. The floorboards sighed, the walls settled, and from above, I heard the occasional groan of the attic beams. The knowledge of the mirror's presence weighed on me. I tried to distract myself by searching through old drawers and boxes, desperate for proof. By afternoon, I discovered a leather-bound journal tucked deep in my father's desk. Its pages were brittle, filled with cramped handwriting. I read until the words blurred. Father had known. He wrote of the mirror as though it were alive. "The glass is not ours," one entry said. It was given to my father by a man who claimed it was older than any church or grave. It watches. It learns the names of those who see it. It does not let go. My wife does not know. My sons must never know. To tell them would be to doom them. My hands shook as I read those lines. We had been doomed anyway. Michael had looked. I had looked. The more I turned the pages, the worse it became. One entry spoke of dreams, visions, of a tall, crooked figure standing at the foot of his bed. Another described whispers in the dark, calling his name. My father had lived with the same terror I now faced. Yet he had chosen silence, leaving us blind to inherit the same curse that night. As I sat by the desk with the journal open before me, the fourth letter arrived. I knew it before I even heard the sound outside. My body recognized the pattern, the way the night grew still, the way the air seemed to shift. When I opened the door, the envelope lay there, waiting inside. Michael's words were more frantic than before. "David, you've begun to see what I saw. The mirror has been with us for generations. Each time one of us sees him, the mirror binds tighter. Do you wonder why Father was so strict? Why he carried secrets to his grave? It was because he feared this truth. The figure is no stranger. He is the one who holds the chain of our bloodline. They call him the Watcher. He has never left. He will never sleep. And now, David, he knows you." The name burned into my mind. The Watcher. My throat went dry as I whispered it aloud. The lamp flickered, and in the silence of the house, I thought I heard something creak above me in the attic. I refused to look up. Michael's letter ended with one last warning. The Watcher cannot cross until the mirror opens fully. But each time you hear him, each time you see him, the glass thins. It is not only a curse, David. It is an inheritance. You are not the first to face him, but you may be the last if you fail. I dropped the letter, clutching my head. The weight of the words was unbearable. I wanted to scream, to tear the mirror from the attic wall and smash it to pieces. But the memory of Michael's voice stopped me. Don't let him out. That night, I dreamed of the portraits again. The Watcher stood closer in each frame, his head tilted, his eyes nothing but hollow pits. When I awoke, my body was drenched in sweat, and I could swear I heard a voice calling from the attic hatch. Not Michael's this time. Lower, deeper, drawn. Out like someone savoring my name. I could not run. The letters made sure of that. The truth had woven itself around me like chains, binding me as tightly as it had bound Michael. I knew another letter would come, and with it, another step closer to the mirror opening. Stay tuned for the next episode, where David discovers the origins of the Watcher and the horrifying truth about what he demands from the Bloodline.